Hi everyone, welcome to 21 Questions. My name is Ms. Nana and we're going to be speaking today with Mr. Majid Michel. He was here this previous weekend to premiere his movie Somewhere in Africa. He was brought up here by Ghanalinx to host the show, and today is the day that he'll actually be leaving, and we're going to be catching up with him here at the Marriott Hotel to talk to him one last time before he leaves. So stay tuned.
How you doing, man?
Welcome back, everybody. So we're here with Mr. Majid Michel. He's here. He's about to check out of his hotel, and we're just going to ask him a couple of questions to see how he enjoyed his stay here in Canada. So, how are you?
Well, obviously, I was supposed to leave yesterday, but I had to change my ticket to leave today. So that should show you how much I enjoyed the place.
A lot of fun, right? Yeah. You're looking well. You're looking good.
Yeah, I don't feel too good though. I feel like I'm coming down with the flu, so I just took some drugs.
Sorry.
The enjoyment was too much. Ask Fred, he'll tell you.
We had too much fun. Well, okay, we're just going to ask you a couple questions just to kind of get to know you, the person that you are. And our first question is, on a day-to-day basis, what's your schedule like?
Well, if I'm not filming on a day-to-day basis, it's just normal, enjoyment with my family usually. If I'm not with my friends, arguing about necessary issues, I'm probably at the playground with my kids, or driving in town by the beach and stuff. That's usually a typical normal day for me.
Yeah. You like to keep busy?
Yeah, swimming.
Okay. So what would you say inspires you most in life?
Well, I'm a very religious person. The fear of God is number one for me. It just reminds me constantly, whenever I'm about to do something I know is wrong, the instant fear of the Lord draws me away from.
Being deeply religious, who would say is your role model in life?
Role model?
Yeah.
It's just the Bible and reading about Jesus Christ and, watching Jesus movies and all of that, It's basically the
scriptures
book
itself.
Yeah.
Okay. So seeing as you are an actor, if you could make a film with anybody, doesn't matter if they're African, if they're from Western culture, who would it be and why?
Anthony Hopkins.
That's my favorite actor.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. I loved him in Hannibal. Okay.
Yeah,
so why would you work with him?
It's just his depth, his delivery, his. I've started studying him to see how I can pull it out. With his blank look, but he sees right through you.
Yeah, he's one of those people, like, he commands you when he acts.
Exactly.
You can really feel his emotions.
Exactly.
Wow. So let's say you were on an island and you were stranded. What would be the 3 things that you would have with you and why?
That I'll have with me?
Yeah, that you have to
but
have with you.
But if I was stranded, then I didn't plan to have those things with me, isn't it?
Okay, what if they could, like, randomly drop from the sky? Like, what would you want to have?
Something that can get me out of the place, or I'm going to wish for one wish to say where I want to be in the island, and my wish will be granted.
So basically, you don't want to be on that island. So you wish for both to get
yes.
on that island. Okay, so let's say you've had a very busy day, a lot of stress is getting on you. Where would you want to go away when you want to get away from all the media attention, like people asking you questions? Where do you want to go?
Usually it's a remote beach.
Beach somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's your number 1 pet peeve about people?
The what?
Like one thing that you really dislike that people do constantly that really irritates you?
Nothing really.
Really?
No. Nothing.
Wow.
We have 500 billion people around and individual things. And I just don't pinpoint anything I don't like that people do. No.
You try to find the good in everybody.
Yeah, I don't even try hard to do it, but I just leave it open. And, something that nothing really pisses me off like that.
No? Wow. Okay. Well, that's good to know. You know how some people have like certain models that they live by, like do unto others as you have. What's the model that you try to live by?
Love is just love. I try as much as possible to look at this photographer who's going to put my pictures probably on the internet and I can smack him up, but no, I prefer to love him.
Love him.
Take the. It starts, from the bottom, and you kill it. If it starts rising and there's a negative feeling, you kill it.
Yeah, kill it
from birth before it starts growing up and takes over you.
That's true. Because to get love, you have to give love. Basically.
Exactly.
Okay, all right.
So you tell yourself that you want to love the person and you will love the person.
Okay. So being that, you seem like a very strong-minded individual, but what would you say is your one weakness?
The weakness?
Yeah.
Women. I'm kidding.
You don't have a weakness?
Taking bitter medicine.
Like you had to take to avoid your cold today?
Yeah, that's what I'm taking. Tomato juice. Because the medicine was bitter. It's one of my weakness. I hate taking chloroquine or anything quinine in it.
Wow. Yikes. No, I don't like tomato juice. I read somewhere that you're nickname Shaker.
No, that's my film name actually. The series I was doing in Ghana before, yeah.
Is there a reason?
I was called Shaker in the thing, and everyone adopted the name Shaker.
And they just started calling you that, right? So, what do you fear most in life?
Heights.
Me? You're afraid of heights too?
Yeah.
So you can't go on like roller coasters?
Remember I was supposed to be filming. No, I go on roller coasters.
Yeah?
Yeah. Universal Studios, Walt Disney, everywhere. I do it.
Even though you're afraid, you'll do it.
But it's steep, vertical heights.
Like the drop.
For me to climb like a ladder really, really high, no.
So you can like go up a really high flight of stairs and down.
A cliff or something.
So what happens to you in that moment? You just kind of freaking out?
Yeah, listen, I get stuck on it. I'll be in the middle and I can't go down, I can't go up. I'm just going to be there. I'm probably going to just leave it and drop.
Wow, I thought I was the only one, I guess.
Yeah,
so are you going to try and overcome that fear?
Yeah, I've been trying to, that's why I go to roller coasters and stuff.
But it doesn't work.
I've been trying to, I will eventually.
Eventually, one day. One day. So the phrase, like, what does being loved and loving someone else mean to you? Like, what does that entail to you? If someone says you love them or that you love someone.
There could be love lost when you love someone and the person doesn't reciprocate the love.
That's true.
But love really is a really, really strong word, which almost doesn't exist with human beings. Because if you read all the definitions of love, and what it tells you that love is, I think we should be using another word and not love with human beings.
So you think it's abused too much?
Love is perfect. We just come in.
We're imperfect.
Perfect,
We're imperfect beings.
And love is loving your neighbor as yourself and doing anything, which is not with us, which I am trying to develop and see how extraordinary I can be, and supernatural, and I can make that work as far as love goes. But love really is nothing with you that will be full, perfect love that you can have for somebody else as a human being.
Because I'm imperfect.
Yeah,
that's true. Wow, that's deep. You went philosophical. Seeing as you are an actor, when did you realize that was your calling? That's what you really wanted to do?
Since I was a kid, since I started watching movies, I already knew it.
Yeah.
My sisters are witnesses to it. Yeah.
You just knew from young.
I always create scenes at home, do action movies with them. Use my toy guns. Wanted to be with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Wanted to be in a movie with him.
An action movie?
Action movie, yeah. I still want to do a serious action movie,
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. We'll look for that in the future. I read somewhere that you used to model, right?
No.
No?
No, I know where you read that. I was in a modeling agency, not as a catwalk model or as a runway model or as a clothing line model, no.
Just photography?
You call them models. Even actors, you call them models.
Models, yeah. So how was that in comparison to acting?
No, it was an agency I was in that they call us for auditions, they call us for maybe advertisement for maybe brands and stuff. Yeah. So it was a modeling agency. But we had models there as well, girls that did it. But it was called Supermodel Agency.
Yeah.
That was the name of the agency, Supermodel Agency. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was actual
modeling. No.
So I have one question for the women. When you first notice a woman, what's the first thing that strikes you about her?
Her legs.
So you like long legs?
Not necessarily long or short, but it's something about the toes and the calves and the knee area straight up to the thighs that I love so much.
Yeah?
Whether the Greek columns or second-hand Steinways, I love legs.
You love legs no matter?
I love legs.
Okay.
I love legs.
Wow. Well, there you have
it. I love Rihanna's legs.
She has really sexy legs.
Yeah, I love
her legs are insured for $1 million apparently?
Yeah. I love her legs, yeah. Legs like that. Or Beyonce's legs.
Yeah, her legs are nice too.
Yeah.
So let's say in 10 years from now, where do you see yourself?
10 years from now, we'll still be on top. I thought I told you that we won't stop.
Did you still want to be acting?
Well, 10 years is a bit too far. Maybe the next couple of years, the sky is going to be the beginning. I'm still warming up. In a couple of years, magic is going to happen by God's grace, you know, and you're going to see about it.
Okay.
You're going to see how it is that I told you in the interview.
That 10 years from now, you're still going to be on top.
I promise you.
We'll be watching.
Not 10 years. 10 years. Just Peter.
Just a couple years.
10 years from now, we'll still be on top. I thought I told you that we won't stop.
Oh, you're so funny. I wanted to know, since this is your first trip to Canada, what's your favorite thing so far?
I really hate to say this. I didn't go to Niagara Falls. I didn't. But I'll come back and go.
Yes, you'll come back.
And so I don't have anything to say about Canada yet. You know, yeah.
Really? Nothing?
Apart from the weather and the fact that it gave me a flu.
You didn't enjoy the weather?
But I'm going to come back.
Okay.
And I'm going to say good things.
Okay, that's good. So we'll be expecting you to come back.
Yes.
But when you're, like, when it's all said and done, when everything's over, how would you like to be remembered?
You know, as the guy who was an actor, didn't even bother to be on a high horse or see anyone beneath him, you know, or him above anyone. You know, he was just a guy who was rated as a celebrity who saw everyone the same, and him as them, and them as him.
Honestly, that's one thing I have to comment about, because just seeing you at the party, after the premiere, seeing you at the premiere, how humble you were talking to everyone. Everybody commented to me that they honestly were surprised by the aura that you created.
That's how it's supposed to be, nothing else.
Definitely. So seeing as to how you are half Lebanese, do you link to that part of your culture? Like, how are you linked
No,
to
I
that?
visited my family. I have family in Lebanon. I went there last 2 years. I was there for like a month. We had fun, yeah.
Do you speak the language?
No.
Not that deep.
Just a couple of
words,
yeah.
Here and there. Okay.
Like, how are you? How you doing? See you tomorrow, you know.
Okay.
I miss you and all of that.
How do you say how are you?
Kifak.
Kifak. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so we'd like to thank Mr. Michel for coming and premiering your movie with us. So you can check out this interview at www.ghanalinx.com, and we'll keep you posted for future endeavors with Mr. Michel. Right?
Ghanalinx Records. A.O. Free man. V. Dr. Red.